Marriage-based green card timeline in 2025. How long does it really take to get approved? If you recently married a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, one of your first questions is probably, how long will it take to get my green card? The truth is, it depends. The marriage-based green card timeline can range anywhere from 10 months to more than 3 years depending on your case. Several factors affect the process. Whether your spouse is a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, whether you are applying from inside the United States or abroad, and how quickly government agencies like USCIS and the National Visa Center process your case. On top of that, backlogs, missing documents, or requests for evidence can add months to the wait. The good news is that while timelines vary, the steps are clear. Let's walk through the marriage green card timeline step by step. Step 1 is filing Form 130, the petition for alien relative. This is the foundation of your case. It proves your marriage is real and officially tells USCIS that you want your spouse to get a green card. Processing times in 2025 are about 10 to 14 months if the sponsoring spouse is a U.S. citizen. If the sponsor is a green card holder, the wait is longer, usually 20 to 30 months. The biggest mistake couples make here is sending incomplete evidence or missing documents, which causes delays. Step 2 is concurrent filing or waiting. If the sponsoring spouse is a U.S. citizen and the foreign spouse is already in the United States on valid status, you can file Form 130 and Form 1485 together. This is called concurrent filing, and it saves time. While waiting, the foreign spouse can also apply for a work permit and travel permit. If the spouse lives abroad, or if the sponsor is only a green card holder, concurrent filing is not allowed. In those cases, you must wait until the I-130 is approved before moving forward. Step 3 is the National Visa Center and Consular processing, which applies to spouses living outside the United States. After I-130 approval, the case is sent to the NVC, where you submit forms and documents like the DS-260, the Affidavit of Support, and civil records. Once the NVC accepts everything, the case is placed in line for an interview at a U.S. embassy or consulate. If approved, the foreign spouse receives an immigrant visa stamp and becomes a permanent resident upon arrival in the United States. Step 4 is biometrics and work authorization for those applying inside the United States. A biometrics appointment is usually scheduled 3 to 8 weeks after filing. The applicant is fingerprinted and photographed, so USCIS can run background checks. At the same time, you can also apply for a work permit and advance parole, which allows travel while your green card is pending. In 2025, these permits take around 4 to 8 months to be approved. Step 5 is the marriage green card interview. This is the final stage and the most important. If you are applying in the U.S., you and your spouse will attend an interview at a USCIS field office. If you are abroad, the interview will take place at a U.S. consulate. The officer will ask questions about your relationship to confirm the marriage is genuine. If approved, the green card is mailed within a few weeks, or the immigrant visa is issued for travel to the U.S. So how long does it all take? Here is a quick breakdown. If your spouse is a U.S. citizen and you are applying from inside the U.S., expect 12 to 18 months. If your spouse is a U.S. citizen and you are abroad, expect 14 to 20 months. If your spouse is a green card holder and you are applying from inside the U.S., it usually takes 20 to 36 months. And if your spouse is a green card holder and you are abroad, it can take 24 to 36 months. Delays can happen. Requests for evidence, long background checks, missing documents, or visa backlogs can all extend your wait. Suspicions of marriage fraud can also lead to extra interviews. External events like embassy closures can slow things down too. But there are ways to speed up the process. Submit a complete and well-organized application. Provide strong evidence of your marriage, including joint accounts, leases, photos, and affidavits. File concurrently if you qualify. Track your case online and respond quickly to any requests from USCIS. In urgent situations, you can request expedited processing, although approval is rare. And if your case is complicated, working with an experienced immigration attorney can help avoid mistakes. In conclusion, the marriage-based green card timeline in 2025 can range from under a year to more than 3 years. Couples sponsored by U.S. citizens usually move faster, while those sponsored by green card holders often wait longer due to visa limits. Careful preparation and strong documentation are the best ways to avoid delays. Remember, this process is not just about forms and interviews. It is about building your future together as a couple in the United States. With patience and the right strategy, you can make the wait smoother and move forward toward permanent residency with your spouse.